You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. It's December, and I know, this is a time that people are reflecting on 2021, what they did, what they accomplished, and I think it's a great time. I like to have these conversations with friends and family of like what they're hoping for the new year. I do want to step back and maybe change it up this year, and maybe this will put your goal setting perspective to not set goals. Instead, let's set systems. A bit of James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. There's an aspect of his, learnings and his teachings about goal setting. He explained this and breaks this down by 4 problems with goal setting. 1, winners and losers have the same goals. If you think about running a marathon, all the runners have the same goal. If you think about applying to jobs, all the job candidates have the same goal. So the goal itself isn't what differentiates winners and losers. Number 2 is achieving the goal is only a momentary change. So let's put this perspective of cleaning your room. When you're cleaning your room, this usually takes about, well, for me, 3 to 4 hours to actually clean my whole room if it's been, not cleaned in a while. But if you change this and you change, instead of your habits, like daily habits of doing your bed when you wake up in the morning, or tidying up the space that you were working on, that or putting clothes back to where they were once you have used them, or to wash them. These small systems and these small habits are going to make cleaning your room such a small thing to do. And it's gonna make it sustainable, so you don't actually have to take 3 to 4 hours out of your day to clean your room, and instead maybe take less than an hour to tidy up your room. 3, goals restrict our happiness. We have this notion to say, I'll be happy once I reach that goal. But why? So let's just say that you are trying to learn a new language. Why can't you visit the country that you're trying to learn that new language, where they speak that language on a regular basis, before you learn that goal or you reach that goal? Just because you want to enjoy the process of learning a new language. Because once you have a system of regularly learning that language, studying that language, practicing that language, you're not only going to learn that language, but you're going to make a habit of, or a system of, learning something new on a regular basis. And that's something that is so valuable and something that not a lot of people do. And with the process, you're going to actually enjoy the process of learning a new language. Because if you just wait until you reach that goal to be happy, it's going to be a lot more difficult to actually reach that goal. Number 4, goals are at odds with long-term progress. And what I mean by this is, let's say that we have a goal to lose weight. Let's say you want to lose 10 pounds in the next 4 months, just putting something out there. Once you've achieved that goal of losing 10 pounds, do you go back to your old ways of bad eating or not working out? No, you continue those systems and those habits of waking up early, waking up at 6 and going to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. You have that practice and that ability to know which ones are healthier options when you're going out to eat with friends, or choosing different habits and different systems that are going to make you quote unquote lose weight. So once you achieve that 10 pounds, you're not going to gain it back. You're going to maintain that healthy lifestyle that you've implemented by implementing new systems to get to that quote unquote goal. The purpose of setting goals is to win the game. The purpose of building systems is to continue playing the game. Now that I've explained a little bit of the reasoning why you should not have goal setting and instead implementing systems and new habits within the new year, I kind of want to share what I'm planning to do this new year, and how I'm creating new systems instead of goals for myself. I broke this down into 4 quadrants: career, finance, health, and relationships. And I stole this from Tim DeSant, and I'll drop his YouTube video, and I hope I didn't butcher his name, from his video habits I regret not starting sooner in my 20s is a very different video than what I'm talking about right now, but I really enjoyed his framework and how he broke down his life. Number 1, career. And I want to differentiate this by my personal job and my actual job of my career, and actually focus on the side passions that I have, like YouTube, or the small business that I have, which is an LLC. So within YouTube and just social media in general, I want to make it a routine to post content, at least one piece of content. So 1 YouTube video on YouTube, 1 photo on Instagram, and 1 TikTok video on TikTok. And I want to make this a habit on a week-to-week basis. This gives me accountability in terms of making sure that I'm posting content and making sure that I am devoting time into the passion that I do want to grow. Instead of saying I want to have 1 million subscribers or followers or what have you on a specific time frame, I'm not focusing on a number, because a number, I could either not achieve it and be miserable and beat myself up for it and give up maybe, and that's not the goal. Or I can really surpass that number and just, again, just stop what I'm doing and just say and be content with that number. But I don't want this. I want to have instead a system that I continuously devoting time and energy within my passions, instead of focusing on a number. How I plan to do this and keep myself accountable is taking time, maybe I'm thinking about 1 or 2 hours every Sunday to make sure I plan out my content for the week using Google Calendar. That's what I'm using right now. If you have any other apps or tools, please comment down below. I'd love to try something new instead of Google Calendar, but that's been what's working with me so far with other areas in life. So just taking that time to plan out what I want to post and when I'm going to post, to make sure that I have that in place. So if life gets busy, I still have something to lean back on and make sure that I am accountable for. The next area of my life I want to focus on is finances. So as you may all know, I'm graduating and having my full-time job, and I really want to make sure that I have a system in place of how I manage my money. Specifically because I will be moving out soon, moving different states, and I think it's really important to hone down on my budget and where I'm spending my money, and making this habit early on since I'm 22. And having that habit now will change the trajectory of how I manage money and how I think about money in the future. So how I plan to make myself accountable with this is making an Excel doc, and I would love to make a video of just how I'm going to break this down. But going back on the Excel doc maybe every once a month, to make sure that I am tailoring my money into what are my needs, my wants, and making sure that I set money aside for investments, for savings, for anything like that. And speaking on investments, I do want to take time to learn about investing properly. I do have a Robinhood account, but I don't think I know enough about investing, and I feel like I'm kind of just throwing money where I feel like it, and that's not a good thing. So I do want to take the time of having Monday nights specifically, just because I follow a few accounts that they have virtual online classes about investing. So taking an hour every week to learn a new skill in terms of investing will help me, like I said, specifically right now that I'm creating this system early on within my life. Next thing on the quadrant is health, and I think health is something that specifically people that are really young take for granted. Not only just your physiques and making sure you go to the gym and look good, but just thinking about recently my mom had some health issues, and she kept telling me, make sure that you take time now and throughout your life to make sure that your health is in check, just because down the line it's gonna bite you, and it can be very costly, and health is everything. You can't do anything else if you don't have health. Yeah, so within the aspect of health, I do want to start tracking my macros. I've been working out for a while, but I never really know how much protein I'm intaking, carbs, fats, and I think I won't really make any more progress where I'm at if I don't start honing down on my diet, and not actually having like a diet like eating salad all the time, but just making sure that I'm aware of what are the nutritional value that I'm intaking on a day-to-day basis. And I know that people, like specifically using like my Fitness Pal, I already have it downloaded and I've been playing around with it now. But people, after a while of using and tracking their macros, they've gotten into a habit that they don't really even need it anymore, and they kind of can eyeball like what they're eating. And I want to get to that point. I think that would be really good and a good system to implement. Even when I get like really busy with work or with just life, I can still maintain my quote-unquote healthy lifestyle. Another thing I want to implement within the health quadrant is running. I've been like weight training for a while, and I used to be really good at running. Like in high school, I used to play soccer. Let's just cut it clear, I was not good at soccer, but I was good at running. So I had like really good running times. I was like at 7:15 per mile, I think, at a point. Just implement my running. So what I plan to do is to run at least twice a week, at least 3 miles. I'm trying to do at least 5 miles during those running sessions. This can look differently of whatever I want to do, like how my body feels or like what I have time for. So either taking Mia to run at a like park or at a trail, or even running like at the gym if I don't have that much time, and trying to knock it out within a like weight training session. And something that I don't think a lot of people really take the time to think about when they're thinking about like goal setting is relationships. I think relationships is really important, and being aware of where you're exerting energy into and the type of people that you're exerting energy into. And I don't mean this just romantically. I mean this in every aspect of your life, your family, your friends. How I like to think about relationships is like watering a plant. When you devote time and energy and love to a plant, it will grow, and it will grow strong. And this is also something that you need to reflect on in terms of relationships that you don't possibly want to keep in this new year, because there is people that, you know, they don't grow you anymore and they don't provide anything good for you. And that's not to bash that individual. You guys just might be in different trajectories. But how I plan to do this is to periodically think about the people in my life, and making sure that I'm taking the time to send them a text, FaceTime them if there's like a distance thing, having dinner with them. You know, periodically can be once a month, once every 2 months, whatever works, but making sure that they are aware that I am trying to put energy within our relationship to keep that relationship. Because, you know, it goes both ways. I think a lot of people say that, you know, I'll wait for them to text me. If that relationship really matters to you, take that time to devote into it. Later you can see if they're not exerting the same energy back to you, then you can, you know, assess what you want to do with that relationship. But making sure that you're dedicating time to the people that you love is really important, because without that, you know, you're not going to be happy in the other 3 quadrants. So yeah, I hope this blabber helps everyone, especially thinking about this new year of new possibilities, new achievements, and I hope everything goes well, and let's have a great 2022.